Alright, so it goes through the countdown. We jump in, and it does a loading screen here. Now, this here will tell you your objectives. Protected cores. Both cores are protected by a barrier that cannot be attacked by heroes. To be victorious, you must activate altars, which leads us to the activate altars. Periodically, altars will rise across the battlefield. Activate them to have your bell towers fire upon the enemy's core. And the bell towers. Destroy your enemy's towers to bring them under your team's control. The more towers you have, the more damage an altar will do. So, it's kind of a snowball effect with this. You're basically going to have to do one, then the other, in order to destroy the last and final objective. Plus, on the sides, you can see the different groups. Now, this is our spawn area. Just by being in this area, you automatically are healed with health and mana regen. I am the character on the horse here, right there. That's me, Gazlo, a big robot guy. And now you can see that we have talents on the left side here. I get to choose one: extra TNT, scrap-o-matic smelter, break it down, as well as
the battle begins in 10 seconds.
Goblin repairs. Now, in this case, I'm going to go a scrap-o-matic smelter because my build is a bit mana intensive. There are other levels, as you can see here, that we will choose from in the future, but right now, at the top middle there, I am level 1. Or at least our team is level 1. You don't earn individual experience, you earn group experience. Now, I'm going to drop down a turret emplacement here. This is one of the abilities my character has. And this is the enemy team moving in to try and, well, destroy and kill us. I'm actually getting focused quite hard there, but luckily the other hero with me in blue, Lieutenant Morales, is a healer. In fact, one of the best single-target healers that there are. Now, we're just going to destroy these creep minions and kind of edge our way closer to their fort emplacements and start doing damage over time to their area. All trying not to get killed in the process, of course. My character is not really that strong in toe-to-toe combat with some other characters. I mean, this guy here, I believe, Vallen, he's that melee assassin multi-class that we saw. So he's kind of one to watch out for. He can do a lot of damage. But with this healer here, I'm able to keep on going back in over and over again and just constantly poke at their bases, doing damage, which, as I said before, Gazlo is kind of a sieger. He has the abilities to basically do other types of damage and help out your team in other ways, but currently he's going to be basically doing a lot of siege damage. Now, that rocket that I just shot there has an ability that will actually stun the opponent if they're hit by it. But you can see it had like a 3-second countdown before it goes off. The enemy can see that. So they do have special ways of avoiding it, just mostly by walking away. It's not really that special. But, I mean, Gazlo's #1 ability here is turrets. Now, I'm very low on mana. That's the little blue bar below my name there. And it actually is telling me that I don't have very much left. I was considering heading back, but I changed my mind. Instead, I mounted up on my horse, and now I'm defending one of the objectives here. So I plopped down one of my turrets just to help us, in case we get attacked, but that has been claimed by us. We are good to go. So by claiming those, we're starting to get more of the map objectives. Now, since I was considering teleporting back to base instead, I'm just going to go to this, what's often called a sippy cup. But it is a fountain that you can take, and it will give you health and mana regen for a good portion of your stats over time. So it's a much quicker way of obtaining that information. Now, I just picked up an energy health globe that also gives me health and mana regen. I'm leveling up myself here, picking arc reactor this time. Now, I'm being attacked heavily by another enemy here who kind of specializes in dropping their own kind of turrets. I mean, you can see them on the field there. I just need to not stand in those areas. They're kind of slow time fields, but they can be exploded to do damage. I don't want any part of that. If you're unfamiliar with this, that's the whole point of playing. You should just start playing, and you may be able to start learning the different abilities of each hero. I recommend picking like 1 or 2 to start with and see what you can do. If you don't like how one feels, switch to another one. It shouldn't be that bad. I mean, there's a lot of heroes to choose from. And once again, I'm pretty much out of mana. So I can destroy this guy with my Salvager ability, and I can therefore regain a little bit of mana from that, which was my level 1 talent, which doubled my mana regeneration from obtaining that scrap piece. Now this is all special to this one character that I'm using. Each character will play very different, but I just used my teleport ability to go all the way back to the base. Every character has a teleport ability, but if they get interrupted while teleporting, they won't make it back out to the field. You'll have to wait again before you can teleport back, and you might get killed in that process. Now in this case, I'm going to take a mercenary camp. These guys here, if we destroy them, we can therefore convince them, this is basically what we're doing here, is convincing them, to try and join us. By killing all of them, we then take this point, and it will have them automatically join our little minions and creeps running around the battlefield. If they make it all the way to the enemy fort, then they will score us some extra points. Therefore, it's at least a small distraction that the enemy will have to deal with. And since most of the team was there at the time, it was a good choice just to kind of send it along the way to help distract them while we try and claim different map objectives, which I completely and utterly ignored in that case. And I probably should have been paying a little bit closer attention. Now, in the top middle there, you'll notice that our score is 36, the enemy team is 32. That is the number of health left on our home base. Once one of those drops to 0, it's pretty much game over. So we're trying to defend this middle point here, but I am being focused hard by this guy, and I need to retreat. My character is not that strong right now in combat, and I just can't commit to it or else I'm going to die. If you die over and over again, you're just feeding experience to your enemy team. And as you level up, that just gives them more access to more abilities earlier on. So I'm going to grab a sippy cup here, and then I'm going to move on.
Choose a talent.
And that tells me that it's time that I should be leveling up. But in this case, I'm going to do what I always do, and that is I'm going to forget. I currently have combatant here on the field, so I'm not going to bother with leveling up because I'm very slow with it. But I want to make sure that I get this stuff taken care of. Now, of course, our healer is out on the field healing me, but their health was really, really low, so they're probably running back for a sippy cup. Alright, so, let's see. I want engine gunk, which is going to make my turrets, when they hit enemies, give any targets that they hit a 20% reduction to their movement speed, which is really key for me to escape, especially if I'm being pursued by 2 or 3 different characters. It helps. Like in this case, I just got hit by a lot, but luckily Lieutenant Morales there, my healer, is just totally feeding me all the health that I ever wanted. Though they're kind of standing up front, which I wish they wouldn't. These are all AI characters as well. I could drag that AI around if I wanted. Right there, we've actually destroyed the first wall outside of their fort, which means good things. Because if we destroy one of those forts, those red things down at the bottom right corner there on the map, then we can reclaim that for ourselves, and that will actually give us more points to fight against the opposing team. Now, the announcer just called that there is more stuff going on the field. And currently, though, I'm going to instead take opportunity to potentially try and push in, unless they're going to defend. Okay, maybe I retreat a little bit here. Sorry. I'll grab some of my energy. I'm being focused. This is not good. I need to run away. Run away. I am not one who can go toe-to-toe just yet with some of the opponents. So let's head down and see if we can actually reinforce this. No, this looks very bad. I don't know what I'm doing here. So I'm kind of stuck in a hard place there. I don't know if I can escape over this way. I probably should have gone all the long way around. I haven't been... Whoa, he's getting a bit close. I need to retreat back behind safe walls. No. Okay. That was close. I'll jump on my horse and head back towards this other mercenary camp, because they are currently pushing, and I'm not being much help in team fights at the moment, so I might as well be helpful in other areas. Now in this case, I'm lining up so I can do the most amount of damage because I don't have very much health. I like to go in fighting mercenary camps this early on when I've got more health, but I don't have more health. And yeah, we'll see about that, though. You can see that my turrets got taken down. And of course some friendlies show up to help destroy these guys quickly, which is good because I was really low on health there. And one of them just gave me kind of a health boost because there was a health globe dropped from one of those guys. And I just leveled up to Robo-Goblin. Level 10 Robo-Goblin Robo-Goblin gives me a passive effect of doing a lot more damage to minions and structures and heroes. Oh yeah, I'm a little bit more of a force to be reckoned with in combat now. Plus, I can choose my ability on the bottom there. Not that's the boss, the siege camp. Let's head up to the siege camp here and send another one their way. But it will also allow me to move quickly and fast on the battlefield. So now that I'm up here, I'm going to do my usual set 'em up so that I can destroy this mercenary camp, which is one of the things that my character is really good at. And you'll notice that as I fight things, I'm doing a lot more damage, a lot quicker now, because of that robo upgrade that I got. And I'm not losing very much health, though slowly over time I will regain health as it is. Now, of course, I did get a regen globe too. Now, I probably should be playing more to the objectives, but at the same time, I'm adding some pressure to the enemy team. In this case, we're going to be killing Vallen. Oh yeah, bye Vallen. Now, we're able to obtain some altars here. We've got more enemies coming in, but it's a 5-on-1, so that guy really didn't have much help. Now, Falstad here, he can do a lot of damage. I don't know if I'm going to kill him fast enough. Oh, that was darn close. That was darn close. I don't want to be anywhere near that guy right now. I am hearthing back to our base so that I can heal up, because I'm almost out of mana as well as health. And I see that they are heading for the boss. So let's head over to the boss on this little mini-map here. I can click on it and you can actually see where you click on there. And you can see that they're fighting him right now. I'm almost there. Here we go, and now I can actually drop down some turrets and start lending a little bit of a hand by fighting this guy as well. Alright, so that went well. By killing that boss, that basically just gives us a free shot at their core, doing 4 points of damage, which is great. That puts us 8 points ahead of the enemy team at this point. So we've got a commanding lead. That doesn't mean that they can't turn it around, don't get me wrong. Now this bar that I'm crossing right here, you see the static shocks. If the enemy crosses that, they start taking damage. And it's the same for mine if we're on the other team. But in this case, we're just going to try and defend, so these guys don't try and take too much of this out. Get out of here. I'm just going to lay waste to you if I can. I've got the backup of the towers here with me, which do a good amount of damage. Not to mention my entire team showed up on time. That was good timing. See if I can actually get him. No, it's not worth it. I'm overextending. I need to retreat. Okay. Sometimes you get a little too greedy with the kills, and it's just bad. So you really don't want to overcommit. I'll just drop down turrets here and there, trying to convince our team to push in. But the objectives are now up again. So instead of that, I'm going to run for one of the objectives, and I'm going to tell our team to head over to the other. So I think I can defend this one that's closer to our side a little easier. And hopefully our team will be able to, I don't know why Falstad is here, but I'm glad he is. Because look who's here again, Vallen. Guess what, Vallen? I got a surprise for you. And Lucio. We're just going to try and take you guys out quickly. Yeah, that's right. I can catch up to you now. Lucio, where are you going? You're not going to escape so easily, because I can do a lot of damage with these saw blades. But it's more important to get the objective. I have to stop being greedy with the kills. I'm not an assassin. I am a specialist. I get a kill, it's a good thing. But remember, you have to focus on the map objectives. Alright. So, now that was actually our own team saying that we should group up at this mercenary camp and take it. It's not always a good idea for the entire team to do that. Often, a character like myself can do that solo. As these are AI opponents, you really can't tell them to do too much short of follow you, stay away, or maybe direct. Wow, that was a nice push by Falstad there. But I'm going to try and donate a little bit of just a little turret help as I'm passing through at this point. This is a big team fight. Yeah, they're escaping. I almost launched a missile there, or a rocket, but I changed my mind. Now, any of those walls that are up, those actually grant visibility to the enemy team. we're going to basically take this fort. I don't care. I'm in here a little overextended, but I'll back up, drop down a few turrets just to help support this, and we have taken their fort. Now by taking it, that puts a lot of pressure on them. We've lost a fort as well, but at least this evens the playing field back out again. I'm just going to do one quick zap and then head out now. Oh, get back on my pony and head, let's see, let's head down to this objective that just popped up. How convenient is that?
This thing is heavy.
Yeah. And it looks like I'm going to want to try and set up because they are coming in hot. And yeah, I don't have anybody here to help me. This is bad. I have those turrets helping, but uh-oh, escape! No! Oh. So, this is what happens when you die. You are punished. The later on in the game, the longer you're punished for. Now, you can still watch what's going on, you can talk to your teammates, you can ping on the map and tell them what to do, where to go, stuff like that. Yeah, you're basically out of the game for a while. So, a death later on in the game is much more meaningful than a death early on in the game because, yeah, 14 seconds left, 13, something like that. It's still taking a while, and most of our team is dead. They might not have been if I had not died so early on, because it would have been better to have a 4v4 instead of a 4v3. Yeah, one hero can make a huge difference. Often some heroes can take out several heroes at once, depending on the heroes that are in question. In this case, I'm just going to help retake this fort back. We're going to kill off some of these other minions, and then move on to, well, retake more stuff. This is... Yeah, we kind of got behind there. I don't know how we're still 9 points ahead of the enemy team. Probably won't last very long, because it looks like the rest of our team has already respawned. Let's do superior schematics. That looks good. All right, put this down, and we're just going to peck away at this. And I'm dropping the turrets because the enemy turrets will not focus me, or these bases will not focus me. They'll focus the minions first. So that works. Some of the tactics are good to know. Oh, and there we go. Even the sippy cup has replenished itself. So that's a good thing. Let's grab another one of these mercenary camps to add some pressure back onto them, because I see that they have some coming our way. But as I'm level 18 now, I should be able to take these guys out even faster. Now let's just kind of chop through these. There we go. You can see I'm doing almost 400 points of damage every chop that I do with those. Pick up my scrap from my turrets, because I wanted that back so I can get my mana back. And I'm back to full health, full mana, after taking a mercenary camp by myself. You can see how your character really does gain a lot of power as you play through the game. Alright, another objective. So I'll just drop one of those down. And I might... just take a peek over here, see if there's something I can push in with. It's kind of iffy. I'm kind of getting hit, but at least we're not. At least I wasn't taking too much damage there. Let's get rid of this flag. It does not need to be here. Haha. Goodbye. And there's only one character there, so I'm just going to start taking the objective because none of our teammate is doing it. They were all just focusing on killing him. Now our cannons are firing on the enemy team. That does 4 more points of damage, 6 more, and it's game over. Game over, man. Lucio, I don't know what you're doing here. You're going to pay for your mistakes. Oh, you think you can get away, do you? I'm going to use my ability, Robo Goblin, to catch up to you, gain a shield, and destroy you. Alright, we did take this castle after all. I was glad that I took out the minion wave because that helped our minions to get further up and start putting pressure on that castle. Now, sometimes it's good just to donate a little help and move on. In this case, I'm going to go get a siege camp, and I'm just going to go grab that because we own this bottom castle, and if we can get these guys in there too, they are going to be extra points for our team if they can cross the borderline. They will actually do damage to the core. So now we just need to kind of hope that they make that But I see the entire enemy team pushing in, so I don't think that's going to happen. That's very unlikely. So instead I'm going to grab another mercenary camp and send another one their way, because why the heck not? Just adding lots of pressure to them should make things a little bit more interesting. Okay, now I can focus my turrets. That is one of my abilities. If I press number 1, I can tell all my turrets to target one target instead of just on autopilot. It helps if you have a specific, well, hero or minion that you're trying to kill before the others, because they're trying to get an objective, or just because they're a squishier target, or a more dangerous target to you even. Now these grassy areas are actually invisibility fields. Unless you're standing in them, you will be invisible to the enemy, or unless they use a special ability to reveal an area. You will be hidden in any kind of grassy field like this, but you will also gain visibility on the other side, as well as what's in the grass if you stand in it. So, we're going to move up to this siege camp. I'm just going to keep taking siege camps because it seems to help, doesn't hurt, and it puts pressure on the enemy team to try and do this. Now, they're currently down by 1 and we've got a full team. I feel like I should be pushing onto one of their forts instead. But hey, you know, they only have 1 point left at this point. So let's go for the quicker kill. Maybe? I don't know. But I'll just chop through this wall and we'll push into this fort. And that should make sure that they're not coming back from this. Alright, I heard the bell. You know what? I'm kind of feeling a bit spicy. Let's go for boss. Yes, this boss here is a very, very challenging character. Very rare that anybody can take it by themselves. But if you defeat him, often you will either gain the boss's help to destroy more buildings and things like that, or in this case, he'll do extra damage to the enemy team and just kill them straight away. Like we are doing now. This is game over. Boom. 0 to 16.
Victory.
And there you go, folks. That is Heroes of the Storm. Just a quick sample. Now, of course, afterwards they do show you a little bit of like the MVP, kills, assists, deaths, and so on. And then, of course, the other lead characters and what they did for each one. I had contributed 28% of the entire team's experience of several characters. That's pretty good. And here you can see Gazlo almost levels up. Yeah, I didn't think he would. He almost went to the next level. But yeah, we've got 25 gold from that, a bunch of character experience. You can see your stats. 4 kills, you know, total hero kills, 11 assists. Then we had 1 total death and 97,000 siege damage, some hero damage. You've got your XP contribution that you did for the team, which is what gained everybody their levels. And then you can see the different abilities or talents that people chose. As you can see, I'm really bad at that. I'm behind. I need to remember to do that because that was a really epic ability I could have added in there that would have made things interesting. So that was pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, don't forget to spread the mischief to others. I think they'll enjoy this mischief too. Until next time, folks, I'll see ya.